Hey, it's Nick, and welcome back to the channel. Now, before I begin, I would like to let James May from the Grand Tour and Top Gear take this away for my introduction.
Good news! It's the new Dacia stroke Dacia Sandero. Like, comment, subscribe.
Thank you, James May, for that. Now let's get back to the video. So here I have LEGO Transformers, number whatever, I don't care. Dark of the Moon, DINO. Now, there's one big issue right here on the hood, besides all the gaps, obviously. That should be red. I don't really have that many of that piece in red. Thank you, Wheel Wells of Optimus Prime, for that. But I think that it also looks kind of cool. It's a little bit distracting. Also, like, that's pretty distracting. It looks bad. But I don't care. So let's do some comparisons. Here you have it next to a minifigure. It's a bit small for minifigure scale. This is also probably one of my smallest of the new Transformers, and you can also see that when you compare it to the Studio Series toy. It's pretty much the same size. Better angle. Comparison with the backs. Sure, this isn't all too accurate to the real model, the Studio Series toy, but who really cares? Here you have it compared to an 8-wide Speed Champions car, Corvette. I feel like the 8-wide is a bit more minifigure scale, but I don't really want to do 8-wide builds because that seems quite difficult, and I'd probably have to redo my Optimus. So, with that, I'd say, let's get into transformation. Okay. So this transform is very similar to most other DINO toys. Well, like the Mirage Unilift, in the sense that this back end is his thighs. So first, you're going to want to split this, and then rotate it around like that. Put that onto the side of the car. So you really didn't have to. Oh, here's the other side. It looks somewhat clean, I guess. Next, you're going to want to bend the thigh pieces out like this. Next, you can kind of finesse them outwards like that. Now, let's work on his legs. Oops. That's not supposed to come off. So, you can swivel. Is it like this? Yeah, it's like that. Swivel that joint, swivel that. You're going to want to move this section down and then back like that. Same thing on the other side. Move this down, move that down. Now you have some legs. Next, move over my camera slightly. Now let's do the top. So you're going to move these up. I don't know why I keep saying you're going to be doing this, unless you want to build this just by watching it, because I don't do instructions. If you want to do that, if you want to build this, just shout me out, mention me every chance you can get. How do these angle? I keep forgetting. It's like that. Angle them like that. So something I'm going to point out is that his chest is pretty similar to Clickbricks' version. That was on purpose, so don't get mad at me in the comments. I didn't mean to anger you if that was a problem. Angle that in slightly. Okay, so what? Why do you keep doing this? There's plenty of clearance for you. Actually, there really isn't. Okay. Just trust me, guys. I didn't put it in a different place. Move his arms out like that. Move his head up. Next, let's deal with his back. You can flatten his back like that. Slide it up slightly. And then lift up the wings. And then angle them forward. You cannot see that at all. I'm going to raise up my camera. I'll be right back. Okay, hopefully this is better. Yeah, that's better. Okay. So, there's his arm. Put that over there. Have all that angled. So, these taillight sections are a bit difficult to do. You're going to not pop them off. You're going to slide them out like that. So now it's on the end of that joint. Let's just do it on the weaker one first. Slide out. Pray it doesn't break again. And just... Why are you doing this to me right now? You're supposed to be in more. There. So it's supposed to be just like that against the back. Do the same thing on this side. There. Okay, let's attach his arm back on. I think it's like this, yep. Just look at the other arm, Nick. Move out the hand. Move out the other hand. Break it off. Put it back in the same place. And now you can move forward his elbows just slightly so he's at a better stance. And then there you go. There you have LEGO Transformers Dark of the Moon DINO in his robot mode. Now, I'd like to say that this is probably the best DINO I've made so far. Now, who knows if I'm going to edit this in, but there should be a picture right here of the previous version, either in the robot mode or the vehicle mode, whichever one I took a picture of that you can see on my Instagram. Hopefully I remember to do that. Is it going to focus on him, or what? But I think that it's time to get into some posability, or articulation. So he's got a hinge here, swivel here. There's a hinge here, there's a swivel there, hinge here. And then you could technically get another hinge on that joint, but I don't really like stud friction that much. But you can also get a wrist swivel in there. He does actually have a bit of an ab crunch, but you kind of gotta dislodge everything else to get to that. He can break his leg off at that point. Surprisingly, those joints, those studs, are very, very weak. You can kick forward that much, kick back that much because of that. He has, if you move out his knee a little bit, you can get that much. If you move up this panel, you can get slightly more, or if you completely swivel around his thigh. Oh, also thigh swivel, I guess. There you go. Get that and that. And you can kind of fake ankle articulation like that. Now his wings are on a hinge here and a swivel here, so you can pretty much get him into almost any possible pose you want, but they're pretty much just like that. Now sadly he doesn't have his collar pieces because I couldn't really figure out a good way to put those in there. So now I think it's time for some comparisons. Here he is next to a minifigure Dark of the Moon DINO. Come on, camera, focus. Here he is next to Corvette. This way. He's a little bit shorter. That way. He's a bit taller. And, you know, DINO is really never complete without his accessories. So I made his claw things. I forgot what they were called. Someone can tell me in the comments. You can just attach them like that, or you can have it farther back like that. I like when the claw pieces are angled that way more than the other way, because you can cross his arms and it looks more convincing, I guess. You can angle his head, look down, look at you slightly. Now I also did make these bits that he grabbed onto. I believe it was hatchet, yes. So you can either attach it under his forearm or on the top of his wrist, but there's plenty of stuff going on there that I feel like it would more or less get in the way, because his hands are pretty much the size of a brick. So I want to thank you guys so much for watching. You can check out the playlist of LEGO Transformers that this guy is in. You can check me out on Instagram at nick_bricks_88 and join my Discord server. Might be in the description of my channel or the description of this video. Don't get mad at me if it isn't in either of those. You can just DM me on Instagram or something, because I won't respond in the comments. So thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. And see you next time. And remember, till all are one. Goodbye.